We're in the press box after Game 4 of the playoff series between the Vancouver Canucks and the Calgary Flames. And the question is there any way back for Vancouver?
You don't seem very excited about this prospect. You know, the Calgary Flames haven't been in the playoffs in 2009, up 3-1, about to advance. The Canucks, who haven't won a playoff series since the final in 2011, look like they're about to go out. And what do you know, George? Turns out special teams and goaltending are pretty important in the playoffs. That was the difference tonight here in Game 4. The Canucks were the better team, I thought, at even strength, but Calgary's power play was terrific in the first, scored a couple of easy goals, and then a bit of a shaky goal by Eddie Lack. So the story now from the Canucks perspective, or at least back in Vancouver, is who's going to start Game 5. I think it's going to be Ryan Miller, but the way the series has gone, it maybe isn't going to matter.
Well, and you're right about Jonas Hiller. He's not always convincing. There's a lot of rebounds that kind of hang around the crease, but his defensemen are doing a great job of clearing them, and obviously they're winning the goaltending battle. So I think from a Willie Desjardins standpoint, you have to come back with Ryan Miller. You have to put Berchi in the lineup. You have to make some changes. You have to try and shake it up because what you got right now isn't working.
Yeah, and Jonas Hiller is one of those goalies, I think, and there have been a few over the years, even when he's stopping the puck, he looks terrible. But he's keeping it out. His save percentage is .938 through 4 games. Eddie Lack, we think deposed starter for the Canucks, is .886. So that's significant, and that's important because the goaltending was always a bit of an X factor in this series before it started. Yeah. Hiller had a terrible time last year in Anaheim. Eddie Lack has never done it, but clearly it's worked out in Calgary's favor, as has most things in this series so far.
Yeah, and the other thing I seem to think is the Flames, I think, are winning the battle of wills. I think that they're not as more physically dominant, but the want, the try, the push, the drive, whatever the word you want to use, I think they have more of it right now, and that's something that has to be corrected if we're going to come back here on Saturday for game number 6.
Yeah, well, they have been the more physical team, and what has Vancouver got going for it? Well, a little bit of history, if you believe in that kind of thing. They were down 3-2 to the Flames in 1989 and 2004, came back and forced a Game 7, lost both of those, down 3-1 to the Flames in 1994, came back and won on Pavel Bure's overtime goal. Of course, those players are all long retired. We'll see how this Canuck team does on Thursday when they play the Flames in Game 5 in Vancouver.